Most actions have a motive.
Hey there! This hill's a little steep to be walking up.
Right or wrong,
Come on, jump in!
they can usually be explained.
Come on.
For Penny, this was just a fluke, just something that she always wanted to do.
But sometimes they cannot.
From the moment she got in his car, he was a dead man.
San Francisco in the 1950s. It's a time of hope, of excitement, a time to rock and roll.
So has Chuck asked you to the prom yet?
Not yet. I don't know if he's going to. He's taking so long.
Oh, don't worry. He's just nervous.
But for Penny Bjorklund, it's a time of dark fantasy.
Oh, hi, Penny.
We were sitting there and she came and sat.
You know what I have in this shoebox?
No.
She says, "You don't know what's in my shoebox." I go, "No, I don't know what's in your shoebox."
What is that for?
I just remember her as being crazy.
Darlene Norrie Ferguson knew Penny at school.
She was just strange. How many girls take a shoebox with a knife in it to school on a regular basis?
Penny isn't aggressive.
Why are you carrying that around?
She doesn't threaten her classmates. She's just playing with curiosity.
For Penny, it was a game.
That girl's got problems.
She just wanted to see how the whole thing played out, because this thing was just a flight of fancy for her.
Author David Kolchak says young Penny's fantasies would come to rule her life.
Penny was a loner. She was in her own world that was pretty deep, and she had a hard time telling the difference between reality and what isn't reality. I think she was a very confused teenager.
Penny's strangeness just isolates her more.
She was very a strange person, and we really stayed away from her.
Darlene thinks after graduation, she'll never see Penny again. But she's wrong. Fate will ensure they have a deadly connection.
Here we go, honey.
Oh, it smells amazing.
By the age of 18, Darlene is married to a handsome young war veteran, August Norrie.
Maybe you should do this more often.
Augie was a very, very happy, jovial, friendly man. Very good-natured, patient, just really a wonderful man.
This just looks perfect.
Darlene is making plans for the future with her new husband. At the same age, Penny's life is at a standstill.
Penny, you ready yet?
Penny was a troubled teenage girl.
Come on! Get out of bed! Come on, Penny!
I'm not going.
She didn't care for her mother. She would go so far as to say she hated her mother, and she hated her for many, many years.
You are going to church!
She hated the fact that she had to go to church and that she had a religious upbringing.
No!
But lots of kids feel that.
What's wrong with you?
Get out of my room.
Penny seems distracted from ordinary life. She's lost in her dark fantasies.
She started fantasizing about what it would be like to shoot someone. And it became an obsession. She thought about it all the time. How she would do it, who she would do it to.
Former FBI profiler Candace DeLong says fantasies often form to escape a bad experience. but not in Penny's case.
Penny's motivation is unlike any that I've ever seen. Penny was never able to articulate where that thought came from. There did not appear to be any reason for it. No psychological problems, no history of abuse, nothing.
Penny is turning her fantasy into reality. She starts with targets.
She wanted to know what it was like to kill somebody, and she wanted to know if she would feel any guilt or shame about it. Who it was just a random thing.
Soon, targets will not be enough.
Did you hear from the neighbors about that job?
I did. I spoke to Bob.
On the other side of town, the Norries are keen to start a family.
Bob's job tomorrow.
Augie takes a second job to save money.
He was the type that if we didn't have money, he went out and got another job and then made more money. He said, we don't have enough money, I'll go make more.
Augie gets a weekend gardening job that takes him across town to the hills south of Daly City. Penny's favorite place for target practice. Augie is in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He had no idea that his life was going to end in minutes.
Like most teenagers, Penny Bjorklund is a dreamer. But her fantasies are dark. She has an overwhelming desire to shoot someone.
She wanted to know what it was like to kill somebody. She wanted to know if she would feel any guilt or shame about it. It was just something that was always in her mind, if she could kill someone and not feel anything.
Penny has a gun, but she needs a target.
She had decided that that day was going to be the day she shot and killed someone. And that is what was on her agenda for the day when August Norrie came by and offered her a ride.
Hey there. This hill's a little steep to be walking up. Come on in. Come on.
Helpful gardener, August Norrie, stops for the wrong girl.
Picking up someone to take them to where they wanted to be was certainly not anything that one would consider dangerous in 1959, let alone an 18-year-old girl.
Hey, what are you doing?
Gotta be careful with guns. I've been to Korea. I've seen what they can do.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it's not pretty. You don't ever want to see that.
But that's exactly what Penny does want to see. Years of fantasy finally come to life.
You're wrong about me. I do want to see what a gun can do.
No!
Penny pulled out her .38 caliber revolver and emptied it into August Norrie. She walked around the car, opened the door, and fired 6 more times into him. She shot him in every part of his body. Then she reloaded again and shot him 6 more times. He was dead the first time she shot him. So it was a real big case of overkill.
Penny shoots 18 bullets into August Norrie.
She did it because she wanted to. She wanted to know what it felt like to pull the trigger, and she did it over and over and over. When she ran out of bullets, she was done.
The next day, a passerby finds Augie's body, riddled with holes.
They all thought it was a crime of passion. They all thought this guy had to have a girlfriend. Who else would shoot somebody 18 times? And it had to have been a lover's quarrel.
The only police witness seems to support the theory.
Around that area on that Sunday, a young boy saw a young blonde female driving her car erratically and told the police. So they thought, this is the woman. This is the person we're looking for.
Ballistic tests also help police zero in on the killer. They trace the casings to a blonde girl who likes to shoot in the hills.
Penny didn't try to hide. In fact, when she was arrested by the police and they searched her room, they found headlines.
Penny is dying to tell her story.
I shot him in the chest. And then I went outside and I shot him 4 times. Bang, 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 bang.
She really didn't have a grip about how serious a thing that she had done. She had taken someone's life, but it didn't mean anything to her.
Why'd you shoot him so many times, Penny?
Well, for a year and a half now, I've been dreaming about what it would be like to shoot someone.
Penny claims after the murder, she felt a strong sense of relief. She said she felt like a burden had been relieved from her, that the weight of the world had been lifted from her shoulders by pulling that trigger and killing someone.
Okay, I think that should just wrap it up.
The senseless killing shocks San Francisco.
We're done. Thank you, Penny.
A loving husband brutally murdered to satisfy a teenage curiosity.
She wanted to immediately plead guilty. She did not even want a trial. She said, I did it. That's all there's to it. I wanted to know how it felt. No need for a trial. Just take me to prison, I guess.
Because the murder is random, not premeditated, Penny Bjorklund is convicted of the lesser crime of second-degree murder. 9 years later, she is released on parole. For widow Darlene Norrie, fate has been especially cruel. The strange schoolgirl claimed one more victim.
I probably found out a month after he was murdered that I was pregnant.
Her daughter Cindy never meets her father.
I remember when I had Cindy and I was in the hospital and this woman was in there with me and she was all upset because her husband wasn't there right at that moment. And I kept thinking, but at least he's gonna come, you know. So that was probably the hardest thing for me is when I had the baby.
Today, no one knows the whereabouts of Penny Bjorklund.